Welcome back to my channel, Lucky Coins USA. Have you ever imagined that a simple quarter sitting in your pocket, buried in an old piggy bank, or forgotten inside a kitchen drawer, could actually be worth as much as $92,000? It sounds impossible, doesn't it? After all, millions of people use quarters every single day without giving them a second thought. They buy coffee, pay parking meters, and toss them into change jars. But what if one of those ordinary-looking coins wasn't ordinary at all? Today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1965 Washington quarter. At first glance, it looks just like every other quarter. But hidden among the billions produced that year are a handful of extremely rare examples that have sold for incredible amounts of money. Some collectors have paid tens of thousands of dollars, and in exceptional cases, nearly $92,000 for the right coin. So what makes one 1965 quarter worth only 25 cents, while another can change someone's life? Is it a rare minting mistake? Is it made from the wrong metal? Or is there a hidden detail that almost everyone misses? If you've ever inherited an old coin collection, searched through pocket change, or simply wondered if you might be carrying a hidden treasure, then you won't want to miss a single second of today's video. Stay with me until the end, because I'll show you exactly what to look for, the rare errors that collectors chase, and how you can tell whether your own 1965 Washington quarter could be one of the lucky few worth a fortune. Now let's get started. The story of the 1965 Washington quarter begins during one of the biggest coin shortages in American history. By the early 1960s, silver prices were rising rapidly, and people began saving coins because the silver inside them was becoming more valuable than their face value. To solve the problem, the United States Mint made a historic decision. Beginning in 1965, quarters would no longer be struck from 90% silver. Instead, they were made from a copper core, covered with layers of copper nickel. This was the very first year of the modern-clad Washington quarter. Because of this major transition, the Mint produced more than 1.8 billion quarters in 1965. That sounds like a huge number, and it is. Most of these coins are only worth face value today. But during this massive production, a few extraordinary mistakes happened, and those mistakes are what collectors are willing to pay huge money for. One of the most valuable discoveries is the 1965 quarter struck on a 90% silver planchet. Since silver blanks were still around when production changed over, a tiny number were accidentally used to strike 1965 dated quarters. These rare silver error coins look similar to regular quarters, but they weigh about 6.25 grams, compared with the standard clad quarter at approximately 5.67 grams. Another quick clue is the edge of the coin. A normal clad quarter shows a copper-colored stripe around the edge, while a silver example has a solid silver-colored edge with no copper visible. Because so few escape the Mint, collectors eagerly compete for authentic examples. In top condition and professionally graded, one of these rare silver transition errors has sold for up to $92,000 at auction. Another reason a 1965 Washington quarter can become valuable is the presence of dramatic mint errors. Collectors search for double strikes, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and struck-through errors. These unusual mistakes occurred during the minting process and make every error coin unique. The larger and more dramatic the error, the more collectors are often willing to pay. Condition also plays a huge role. A quarter that spent decades in circulation may only be worth face value. But if the coin was never used, still has its original mint luster, and receives an exceptionally high grade such as MS-67, MS-68, or higher, its value can increase dramatically, because very few survive in perfect condition. Many people don't realize that collectors pay premiums not only for rarity, but also for preservation. So how can you check your own 1965 quarter? First, examine the edge. If you don't see the copper stripe, that's your first exciting clue. Next, weigh the coin, using a precise digital scale. If it weighs around 6.25 grams, you could have something very special. Then inspect the coin carefully, under good lighting, or with a magnifying glass for unusual errors or striking abnormalities. If your coin seems different from an ordinary 1965 quarter, don't clean it. Cleaning can significantly reduce its value. Instead, store it safely and consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. Every year, collectors continue searching through old collections, bank rolls, estate sales, and pocket change, hoping to find one of these elusive treasures. It's a reminder that even an everyday coin can sometimes hold an extraordinary secret. Imagine discovering that a quarter you've owned for years is suddenly worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's exactly why coin collecting continues to captivate people across America. Before you spend another 1965 Washington quarter, take a closer look. A few minutes of careful inspection could reveal one of the rarest modern quarters ever produced. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another hidden coin treasure. Thanks for watching Lucky Coins USA, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coin hunting!